welcome to SEMS Grade 9 online classes. Okay dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine at home. Dear students, don't go anywhere. Stay home and be healthy. Okay, myself I am Shashikala and I will give you information regarding grade 9 science. Okay dear students, today let's start grade 9 science in that first chapter, matter in our surroundings. We can see many things in our surroundings. What are the things will you see in our surroundings or in our day-to-day life? What are the things will you see? Plants, animals, vehicles, stones, things, chairs. What are the many things will you use in your daily life? Isn't it? That all the things comes under that matter. A scientist given one particular name for the things that only matter. What's it? Matter. Matter. See, this matter is consisting of 5 basic elements. That is sky, air, earth, water and fire. Isn't it? See, I will show some examples of matter. See, this is an example for matter. This is a duster. It is an example for matter. See, I will keep here. I will keep here means, for example, just imagine, I will keep here means it occupies some space. See, it occupies some space. And also it has some weight. Okay. And one more thing I will take. For example, book. It is also an example for matter. It also has some weight. Or in other words, we can say for weight, mass. It has some mass, and where will you keep? It occupies some space. It needs some space to keep anywhere. It means anything, not only duster, not only book. You take anything that occupies some space and has mass. That are called matter. Once again I will say, a matter, anything that occupies space and has mass, it is called matter. I will write definition. Matter, anything that occupies space and has mass. That is called matter. That is called matter. Examples for the matter, many are there. Chair, almirahs, doors, windows, stones, vehicles, and not only non-living. It includes living also. Plants, animals, this all comes under that matter only. And now we will see the physical nature of matter. Physical nature of matter. Physical nature of matter. Physical nature of matter. There are two physical nature. The first one is, a matter is made up of particles. Matter is made up of particles. Matter is made up of particles. I will write only important words. Matter is made up of particles. That particles may be atoms or molecules. Dear students, already you know about atoms and molecules. What is meant by atoms? Atom is a basic unit of an element. It is called atom. It is a basic unit of an element. And what it mean by molecules? Two or more atoms together we call molecules. The particles are made up of a matter that may be atoms or molecules. That is the first physical nature. And the second one is, how small particles are arranged in that matter. small particles. How small particles are arranged in that matter? Yes, that any matter it consisting of very small particles or minute particles that we cannot see with our naked eye, and also we can't see with, in a normal microscope. Then how can we find that? Through the electronic microscope or some other scan instruments. That also not clear, but it's also blur. Here like that, through the electronic microscope we can see that arrangement of particles in matter. These are that physical nature of matter, that is matter is made up of particles and matter is consisting of small particles. Matter is consisting of small particles. Okay, let's see now characteristics of matter. Characteristics or properties of matter. Characteristics of matter. What are the characteristics say? What are the characteristics are there in matter, or what are the properties are there in matter? Let's see one by one. Particles of matter have space between them. First characteristic. Particles of matter have space between them. That is the first characteristics or first property. Particles of matter have space between them. Yes, there is a space between the particles. Let's see now that states of matter, how the particles are arranged in each states of matter. In solids, already you know the states of matter, that are three states: solids, liquids and gaseous. Now let's see the solids. See, in solids how the particles are arranged? Very closely. Very closely. See, like this the particles are arranged in solids. See, there is a lot of space between that particles. No, only little space or negligible space. Negligible space. See, particles are arranged very closely or very tightly. Like this, the space is there in solids. There is a negligible space. Negligible space or very little space is there between the particles in solids. Now let's see the liquids. Liquids. Here the particles are arranged rarely. Particles are arranged rarely or loosely. See, there is a, it contains the gap between the particles, and there is a gap between the particles. There is a more space between the particles. And see, in gaseous, more space is there between the particles. Lot of space is there as compared to liquids and the solids. There is a more space between the particles in gaseous. Like that, particles of matter have space between that. See here, there is a little space or less space or very less space between the particles, and in liquids there is a more space is there, and gaseous also there is a lot of space is there between the particles compared to liquids. This is the first characteristic. Next is the second one. Second property or characteristic, particles of matter are continuously moving. Continuously moving. particles of matter are continuously moving. Yes, the particles of matter are continuously moving in liquids and gaseous, but not in solids. Whenever we apply the force or heat or pressure to that solids, it starts moving the particles. See, less movement is there in solids. Less movement is there in solids, and the particles are move freely in liquids, and particles are very freely moves in a gaseous state. That is that particles of matter are continuously moving. That property is the second one. Only in gaseous and liquids only will move freely the particles. Whenever we apply some force or pressure or heat to that solids, it starts moving. Otherwise, it will not move. That we can call rigid. Solids are rigid, and gaseous are randomly move here and there. And the third one is particles of matter attracts each other. Particles of matter attracts each other. Attracts each other. Particles of matter attracts each other is in solids. In solids, how the particles are arranged? Very closely or very tightly, isn't it? Here, there is a more intermolecular force of attraction is there in solids, so that it is arranged like that, very closely or very tightly it was arranged. See, here the particles are arranged very closely. Why? Because the force of attraction between each molecule is very high, and intermolecular force of attraction is high in solids. High or more force of attraction is there in solids, and in liquids there is a less force of attraction is there. Force of attraction. Less force of attraction is there in liquids. In gaseous, very less force of attraction is there in gaseous. So that the particles arranged rarely. It will move randomly here and there. So, very less force of attraction. Overall, we can conclude now. Maximum force of attraction is there in solids, and minimum force of attraction is there in gaseous. Maximum intermolecular force of attraction is there in solids, and minimum force of attraction is there in gaseous. Okay, dear students, in this class you learned about matter and some physical properties of matter or physical nature of matter and characteristics of matter. Next, states of matter will you see in next class.